now like we're making an episode. It's happening right now. This is the episode, by the way.
This is the episode. So this is kind of talking about the next phases of the community built but cute. That's the goal. So I think we go over then the results that brought us to create the 5 characters, and then how we kind of went through that process, and just the but cute draft as Jovita created. I think we just talked through that a little bit, and then we can talk about like next steps and things that have been working, things that haven't been working, and go from there. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Amazing. So I guess let me pull up the survey results.
Cool. You guys see it?
Yeah.
So the main questions that we had were, what but do you want to bring back to life? Where we allowed people to pick 3, but also gave an option to have people be creative and write something up if they wanted to. And then we also asked for some mashup ideas, gave a couple options here. And we also asked some questions in regards to our building a community but cute episodic series on social, and just a general optional, what else they want to know. So those are our main questions for phase 1.
Yeah, and so if you can click on the responses, I think what was, just to expand on that, our first question was like, what but do you want to bring to life within the community built but cute? And that is very much like, what is their personality trait? What is that imperfection? And so we gave a lot of options like dramatic and jealous and insecure, chaotic, shy, and just gave a ton. We were really excited to see the results from this. And it was fun because number 1 was by far tired. And then we had awkward, we had stressed, we had nerdy, we had shy. And so all of these came up, and that really gave us kind of that first direction of like, okay, let's look to see which characters fit this mold. And with the second question, we had asked what type of mashups people wanted to see. And so we offered things like an everyday object or something cosmic, or a plant, a weather or nature thing, something mythical. And by far the number 1 was something mythical, and then 2 was a weather or nature thing, and then 3 was the something cosmic. And this was just helpful, I think, kind of giving us a little more direction again of like what we already had that were designed but cutes that we could share, and then what some new ones were. And so we played around with some ideas. I looked into the vault of but cute characters I had that fit. I sent Trisha and Jovita a list of them to kind of give me initial feedback. We saw where we had some gaps. So we needed like something mythical, and we needed something that was awkward, and we needed something cosmic. And so that gave me some direction for what other designs to create. And then I brought a bunch to Jovita and Trisha, and we kind of just like went through this but cute draft of like, I don't know, maybe we started with like 20, 25 characters, and we all kind of voted. Our goal was to have one with each imperfection, so whether that was awkward or shy or stressed, and then at least one for each of the 3 main votes, so something cosmic, and then the weather or nature thing, and then the mythical. So we were able to bring it down to the top 5, and it was definitely like a goofy experience. I don't know if you guys want to like talk about how that was going through and picking.
I think it was really, sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was really fun. Just like looking at all of the characters. I can definitely see why Mikey thinks it's like the most fun part of the business. Just like creating the characters and looking at all like these components come to life. Like, what animal do we want? Like, what mythical object do we want? Like the facials as well. I think it was really fun just looking at more of these characters and looking at what Mikey already has planned in the drafts that he never shows to us.
I know, we didn't even know this existed. Yeah, it was super fun. I wish you guys could have seen it all. We need to like have like all the inserts of like the blurred. It was like Frankensteining a bunch of these characters because like throughout the process we're like, no, I feel like this one would have would have a better face if it had this kind of face. And like those little details I think was like a really enjoyable part of this process. But yeah, I mean, I think what's also really fun is that some of the things that may have not gone through for maybe this round, like I think the really cool part is that we have them all in the bank. So they may come out one day. You guys may actually see them. And I think that's really cool because there's a lot of really cute characters and the variety and just like the different representations is just, yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I think that's a great point to speak on. Of like, even with the responses we've already had for the sketches we ended up choosing and those characters, like, I think a big response we've had is like, we want them all. And so I think it is great. We have this vault of characters and like, we're just so early on at ButtQ. Like we have this whole world planned with so many characters and there's so much lore. And yeah, like as we go on, we'll definitely release them all. And it just, yeah, we have a lot of fun stuff ahead. So I think that is a fun part about it. Like there's so many cute ones. I think one of our biggest challenges is knowing which ones to pick and how to move forward, and it's a great problem to have. And I think it's exciting that people want more and want this variety. I think it just like gives us a lot of options. And so yeah, I think as we kind of brought it down to the top 5, a lot of it was us voting on which ones we wanted to see. Some of it was like, oh, okay, this was a clear winner, and we each have 3 votes, and I think that was kind of obvious. And then the other stuff was like, okay, we're missing an awkward one and we're missing a mythical one. And so it was kind of reevaluating and how we get to those characters. And that is how we got to the top 5. And yeah, maybe now we speak on what those top 5 are and how we got there. And yeah, does that work?
Yeah.
So yeah, the top 5 characters that we came down to. The first was the stressed Stormcloud cat. This obviously hit the stressed one that people voted for, which I think was like our second biggest vote. And then people always ask us for cat characters. And this also was the weather event with the Stormcloud. And I think this was probably like one of the easiest ones we sent through. And we all really liked it. It was probably the easiest. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that was like the first one we were like, yeah, this is definitely going to move forward. No comments.
For sure. Yeah,
I think we did have another cat character that was super cute.
Ooh, insert blurred image here.
Yeah.
Another cat character that was super cute, but this still won over the other one. So I think that just shows how much we like the Stress Storm Cloud cat.
Yeah, definitely. And then number 2 was the Tired Pear Bird. And Tired was our number 1, so we knew we had to do a tired one. And at first, the illustration was definitely a little bit like grumpier and was more like tired of the nonsense around him. And so we all kind of agreed to try to make it a little bit more like also just like exhausted type of tired. And I think this one turned out well. What do you guys think with the updated version?
I think it's like more relatable, low-key. I think this is just like I vibe with this one a lot better.
I think it's cuter as well in general. Like the other one was super cute still, but this one is just even more cute.
The other one looks like it would like be a rage driver. You know what I mean? Like when it's like Monday morning and you're like tired of it, but you like are rushing to work. And I did not like the vibe at the moment.
Sure. I feel like this one's like tired in both ways. It's like it's just like overall tired of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. I think this one, I think it's much better. This kind of like redesign of it. And I think we were right to make that shift. So that was number 2. Number 3, we have the Shy Goat Mountain. Shy was also a really big one we got. And I've always had this idea from actually like early on in ButtQ of this goat mountain, because I thought it would be funny. Like I used to play with that kind of like switching and juxtaposition and just how things like the order of it changes. So instead of a mountain goat, what would a goat mountain look like? And we played with a couple of different butts for this one. And I think the shy one I shared just immediately resonated with Jovita and Trisha more, but I'll let you guys speak on that.
Yeah. So sorry, that was like giving dyslexic but cute. I'm like, I've never thought about like mixing things up like that and like creating stuff like that. So that's so funny. This one was actually like my favorite from the selections. Like it's giving like ooh, like kawaii vibes to me personally. So I really like it.
I do like the facials of the Shy Goat Mountain like better than the other versions that we discussed. So this one's definitely like also one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think this one also has the most details. I don't usually do illustrations this one, so it has like I think a little bit of an unfair advantage. I did some versions that were a little bit scaled back and considered including that, but it is interesting. I'm very excited to see the results on it because I think this is the most highly detailed one, and so it does feel like it has a little bit of an unfair advantage. So I'm curious. And then, but yeah, that one was a good one. I've always been excited about this. I've played with this one a lot, and so I think regardless of the vote, like there will be a goat mountain but cute at some point because it's just like one I've always wanted to do. And then fourth was the awkward gnome mushroom. This one was actually the last one we added because we really still needed to hit that mythical and we needed an awkward one. So I went back to the drawing board. I played with a bunch of different ones that just like did not turn out well. There was a few just like, I think with the mythical, I was having a hard time and like the awkward, and I kept sending them to Jovita and Trisha and they just were not enthused. And
is that what we were giving? We were not enthused.
Yeah, you're not enthused. It was clear, which is great because I think getting like the actual feedback is really important. And when I finally came down to this like gnome mushroom, I was like, oh, of course, those other ones were just not butt cute. And this one felt like very butt cute to me. So I'd love to hear like your guys' thoughts.
I think it's definitely like very but cute to have like an awkward gnome mushroom. I think it's really cute too. Like Trisha like mentioned earlier, it's like giving like cottagecore, very cute. But it's funny. I think Trisha and I were like, yeah, it's cute.
We're literally like the cute committee. We're like, not cute enough, Mikey. Make it cuter.
Yeah. And I feel like when I sent you this one, it was more of a clear like, yes, this one.
Yes. Yeah. He's like super cute. He fits the brand, like the facials of everybody else. I like his little beard situation going on.
Yeah. I feel like I can see this one as like the full butt cute plush very easily.
Yes.
So this was kind of got us on the mythical vibe. We got our awkward going. And then lastly, we still needed something that was a cosmic but cute. And so this was also one that I had struggled with a bit. We didn't have anything perfect. And I had played with like a couple different comets, and I felt like there was something there. And I sent Jovita and Trisha a couple different options, kind of similar, like just none of them were hitting. They didn't feel but cute. And kind of this last like fifth character we needed to include was probably the most challenging because it was from a lot that we were choosing from. There was some that we liked a lot but didn't really fit the community vote, and then there was some that like fit the community vote but we just didn't like. And then I think coming to this one was similar to the awkward gnome mushroom, where this felt but cute. It felt like you could see it as the plush. And yeah, I don't know what your guys' thoughts were on the nervous hedgehog comet.
I feel like as soon as I saw this one, I'm like, oh, this one is probably going to be a popular one as well.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
It is super cute. I'm also really interested to see like if this one does go through. I'm really interested to see how like the manufacturing process will look like, just because
Yeah.
of like all the like the comet like spiky hair vibe. Would be really interesting to see like the manufacturing process for this if this does go through. But
That
again, I think it's super cute.
That's a great point, actually, and I think that'll be really fun with all of these,
Yeah.
where the whatever's chosen will be really interesting to then obviously next week we're going to whittle it down to the top 3 and we'll fully illustrate them with color, and then it'll kind of move on to the sampling process where we like start getting the actual samples of the plush, and that part is one of my favorite parts of the entire process of building a butt cute, going from illustration to the first sample to the second sample, because the first sample is always pretty interesting how the manufacturer articulates the vision from like what we all see. And so I think we'll get a lot of great feedback from the community on those of like, yeah, this is what we sent them as the illustration and this is what they came back with. And then kind of that second round of sampling is really important, because that's when we're like, hey, this is our vision. And that's where it's really important for us to go through and discuss it. So I don't know. I do think that that will be a fun step in the process, from jumping from like on the page illustration to that first plush sample, because that's always been like one of my favorite parts. And I think all of these will be really interesting because they're all like goofy in their own ways.
Yeah.
I
And they
think
all have, oh, sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and they all have kind of like their own, not necessarily like a challenge in like terms of like, I think they'll all just, I feel like they would really come out differently. Like I'm trying to imagine, like you mentioned, Jovita, like how would the nervous hedgehog comet come into fruition without it looking like, I was thinking this a little bit like low key, like Sonic, you know what I mean? So it's like, how would we have our own take on this kind of like shape? So that's gonna be really fun.
I think it's also really interesting to note that this is like Trisha and I's first time actually like also like building a butt cute like together with the community, because like when we joined like butt cute, definitely there were already products in hand, there were already like manufacturing process like in the works basically. So this is our first time doing everything from scratch too, and it's definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's actually a good point I haven't thought about. I'm excited to do that alongside you both as well. So I think you have a better understanding of what goes into it and the time frame and how we introduce new characters. And I think that is a really fun part of what we're doing. You know, I think with our core little team, the goal is to like all be a part of this long term. And I think already, you know, we've all been through so much through this process, and so I think it's important to do these things as well, where it's so core to the brand and it's such a big staple moving forward, and how we introduce new characters that like we'll all be able to kind of participate in it, like how we pick characters moving forward, how we do drops, how we do, you know, wider launches and how many to do, and building the lore. I think it's really important, where I did that in a silo for so long, where even just getting your feedback on which characters to do like has been really helpful. So I'm excited to have that moving forward, and I think it'll just like help Butt Cute become even better.
And this is like definitely a part of a process that I've never been, you know, like in. So it's really cool to see. And it's also just really cool to see week to week what people are saying about it. Like everyone's different opinions and, you know, their favorite characters. So I'm excited to see what everyone comes up with next.
Yeah. I'm really excited for all of the next steps. Like I can't wait to see the survey results. We will release those in the Butt Cute Club Discord. We will also do that on our newsletter. If you want to join either or both, you can sign up on our website. We would love to have you. Our Discord is like a super fun place where people discuss the characters, and we just are having kind of daily conversations around Butt Cute and people who enjoy things like this. And then our newsletter has a bunch of goofy little things. Like this week we did a really cool app that Jovita created that allows you to like send a letter to Claude anonymously and basically just air out your grievances. So we would love to have you in those places. we are getting ready to drop a new character into the Butt Cute universe. It's very limited and exclusive. The people in the Butt Cute Club and our newsletter will have first priority to purchase them. There's only 500, so if you want to get the newest first edition Butt Cute we're releasing, join us. We would love to have you there. And yeah, I feel like we just have a lot of really exciting stuff around Butt Cute right now, between the community built Butt Cute, the new launch. We're bringing on a community manager, and yeah, there's just so much. So I think we're in a really fun place, and it is just a fun time to be a part of Butt Cute and kind of this like, yeah, first stage of everything. So I think that's it for us. These are our 5 characters that you can vote from. The next step is the 3 fully illustrated versions, and then it's off to the manufacturer to get the first sample. So any final thoughts, Trisha and Jovita?
I guess for the viewers, what's next? What is like the next step after this?
Yeah. Was that a question?
Why did this happen twice? Yes. Next for the community.
The next thing is that you vote on these 5. We'll do 3 fully illustrated versions. So the top 3 votes will come out fully illustrated. We will vote from there, the winner from the top 3. And then we will send it off to the manufacturer. Whoever wins that one, that final design will go to the manufacturer, and we will start the sampling process. And then it kind of goes from there. We'll get the first version back. We'll get feedback from the community, what they want to see changed. We'll send that feedback. We'll kind of just go through the process. So there's so much. Then on the other side of like, besides building the plush, there'll be a whole part about building the character and building the lore around it and where it fits within the Butt Cute universe and inside Quirklandia, and what their relationship is amongst the other Butt Cutes and all of that. So there's so much lore that goes into every character. So we have like tons and tons of community building to do around this character. And I think it'll just be super fun to see like where we start and where we get to.
Awesome. Thank you for answering.
Of course.
Yay.
Amazing. Okay, so any final thoughts?
No, not for this specifically.
Okay, amazing. Well, that was when Jovita or Trisha was supposed to say, like, subscribe, comment, and
subscribe, comment, follow Mikey on all of his social platforms. We're still trying to make him an influencer, so
exactly. Join the Butt Cute Club, join our newsletter, and yeah, we appreciate you all watching, and we can't wait for all of the fun things to come. Thank you.